Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little story time about why I got braces when I'm almost 32. I don't think anyone wants to be 32 with a mouthful of metal like a teenager, but I thought it was important to kind of share my journey and my story because it took me a long time to get answers for the medical issue that I was having. I got braces for a medical reason and not because my teeth were crooked. So my story kind of started about 5 years ago. I was having just some really bad neck pain, stiffness, and it kind of just progressed into horrible headaches. And by a year or so in, I was having debilitating headaches every single day. I could barely check my blind spots while driving because my neck was so stiff. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm really big into the gym, big into yoga, stretching, mobility, all that. And I eat really healthy. I take good care of myself. So I couldn't understand why all of a sudden I was feeling so debilitated. Honestly, my headaches were so bad that I couldn't focus. I was losing patience with my kids. I didn't want to do anything but lay on the couch. And later on when I was working, I was having to leave work for my headaches. So they were pretty bad. It was affecting my workouts, my sleep, everything. So after about 2 years, I went to the doctor and I said, look, these are the issues I'm having. What's going on? He said, well, I guess if you want to do some imaging and physical therapy, then we can do that. So they did some imaging. Both didn't show anything, no compressed discs, slip disc, anything like that. So basically they sent me to physical therapy for the first time, and to be honest, I didn't really get anything out of it. So I kind of just struggled on my own for the next year or two. And then it got to the point where I was working again. I wasn't a stay-at-home mom anymore, and I had a desk job, and I was typing all day and sitting in a chair, and my headaches and my neck pain just got so unbearable that I could not take it anymore. I went back to the doctor, and they said, let's put you on muscle relaxers, really strong anti-inflammatories. Let's send you back to physical therapy again, and let's do those steroid injections. I just wanted to be able to feel normal again. I was taking the muscle relaxers and the anti-inflammatory with very, very minimal relief, if any at all. And the steroid injections, they did help a little bit. But what I noticed after 3 rounds is that they would only allow me to get injections every 8 weeks. And I was noticing after each round of injections, my pain was coming back significantly faster. The second round of PT did help some. She was fantastic. But even with all that work, it just was not improving the way that it should have been. I still didn't really feel like I had made a lot of progress. And kind of as a last ditch effort, I went to my dentist, who is very, very well trained, and she said, I see a couple things just with your anatomy and your jaw structure that kind of make me want to dig deeper. Can we do some imaging? So they did some special imaging that I believe really only dentists use. Maybe 2 weeks later, they called me and basically told me that my jaw, my lower jaw, was sitting way too far back and way too far up. So it was causing all this insane tension kind of in my joint and my ears and my temples and the back of my head. Not only were the discs in my jaw, they weren't slipped out of place, they just couldn't find them at all. They suspect that they had just completely deteriorated, and then they noted that I had a pretty severe crossbite. And the other issue was that because my jaw had been out of place for so long, it had been wearing down. So where the jaw joint should have been a little bit rounded, it was pretty much flat. So there was just all kinds of issues going on with my jaw. And really, at the end of the day, it is TMJ, TMD, whatever you want to call it, just a very, very severe case of it. Basically, they said we can do some TMJ treatments and see how that affects your pain. And if it helps, we can kind of figure out what it's going to take to get there permanently. The TMJ treatments consisted of them, it's like really complex, but basically they hook up all these wires all over your face and your neck, and they're measuring like the electrical output from your muscles to see how hard they're working. And kind of get a baseline for like how much tension there is in different spots in your face and your neck and your head. And then they had me come back in and do what's called tensing. They made a custom hard acrylic mouthpiece, and what it was doing when I was wearing it is it was forcing my jaw into that ideal position that they had kind of established through all of the tensing and the electrical outputs. We did that for a couple of weeks. They said, hey, it might take a little bit of time for the tension to go away. For me, it was almost automatic. Within 48 hours, I was completely headache free. And within maybe a week, I had next to no muscle tension in my neck anymore. So from there, they said, okay, is this ideal jaw position something that we can get you to with braces, like orthodontics, or is it something that we're going to need to do jaw surgery on? And they sat and kind of talked it through, looked at all the imaging and stuff, and decided that, yeah, they can probably do it with orthodontics, but it's not just braces, right? So I have acrylic pads on my bottom 4 molars that are adjusted monthly to keep my basically my bite in that ideal position, and that helps keep my headaches away while they're moving all of my teeth around into the ideal position. I had a lot going on. My upper palate, the roof of my mouth was too narrow. My top front teeth tipped inward, like in. And so that is initially what they believe caused my jaw to start recessing back. Because my teeth were tipping in, my jaw had to sit back further so that my bottom teeth weren't clashing into my front teeth. And over the years, that tipping got a little bit worse, and my jaw just recessed more and more, causing more and more tension, more headaches, messing up the inner workings of my jaw joint. And then I had a crossbite as well, so my teeth were lining up not properly. And so they are addressing all of that with orthodontics and some of the TMJ treatment in terms of keeping my jaw slightly open. So with these acrylic pads, my mouth does not close all the way entirely. They have it resting open to give my jaw some time to rest and to give time for my front teeth to move forward. And then my jaw won't kind of naturally go into place where it wants to be, but couldn't be previously because my front teeth were in the way. They're widening my palate to give my teeth more room. and they're also widening my lower palate because I had some overcrowding and just overall a narrow mouth. So by the end of it, they will hopefully be able to wean me off of the acrylic pads on my back teeth. They'll slowly start filing them down, allowing my mouth to close all the way on its own. Right now I have a rounded bar across the top of my mouth and a rounded bar underneath my tongue that is shaping and spreading the roof and the bottom of my mouth. So those are kind of what's giving me that really cute lisp that I have right now. The fact that I have 2 bars in the way of my tongue. And then I also can't close my teeth all the way together to make certain sounds. So my speech is kind of affected right now. I've gotten used to it, but it is still a little bit hard to talk. It's hard to eat, like food gets stuck in between the bars, and it feels really weird chewing with like acrylic pads on the back of your teeth, but I've gotten used to all of it. I'm still headache free, tension free. Why I thought it was important to tell my story and kind of how I came to this place of getting braces is because I know so many people who personally struggle with headaches, neck pain, numbness in your hands and fingers, all kinds of stuff, and really struggle with getting answers for that and are just pushed towards medication like I was. And I really think that doctors don't refer out to dentists enough. I know none of my doctors that I saw. I had my regular doctor. I had gone to a neurologist for headaches. I was going to the pain clinic for injections. I had seen doctors in urgent care and walk-in clinics when my headaches had gotten so bad that I couldn't even function. And no one at any point in time had said, hey, let's try an alternative route. I took it upon myself to go to my dentist as a last-ditch effort, and she immediately knew what the issue was. And within, I'd say, 2 weeks of that initial appointment, I was back to normal. So I really urge people, if you're struggling with headaches, sleep apnea, neck tension, shoulder popping, clicking, all that kind of stuff, if you haven't yet, go to your dentist. Talk to them about it, see what they have to say. For me, it truly was life-changing, and as much as I hate my braces, I am not a fan, but what I am a fan of is not having headaches anymore and being able to be a better parent, sleep better, have better workouts, better mobility. It's improved, I'm a runner, it's improved my runs. I didn't realize how much all the tension was affecting my running. It really has been like a head to toe transformation for my body and my life. So yeah, I just kind of want to put that out there, talk about my TMJ story, and hopefully, I mean, if it can help even just one person, then awesome. Go ahead and give my channel a follow if you like my content. Go ahead and follow my other socials. And until next time, bye guys.